Welcome back to Endless Horizons. I'm your host, Mark Lippman, and today our poetry caravan is reaching the West Coast in Los Angeles, California, as we get ready for our big season finale for you. So sit back and stay tuned because we got that coming up next.
Get my television fix. Sitting on my crucifix, I live alone on my private world. Walk the moms and friends alone.
Psychic spies from China try to steal your mind's elation, and little girls from Sweden dream of silver screen quotation. And if you want these kind of dreams, it's Californication. It's the edge of the world in all of Western civilization. The sun may rise in the east, at least it's settled in a final location. It's understood that Hollywood sells Californication. Pay your surgeon very well to break the spell of aging. Celebrity skin, is this your chin or is that war you're waging? Firstborn unicorn, hardcore softcore. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. Mary McGill, be my ferry to the world, be my very own constellation. A teenage bride with a baby inside, getting high on information. And buy me a star on the boulevard, it's Californication. Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. In Cobain, can you hear the sphere singing songs off station to station? And Alderon's not far away, it's Californication. Born and raised by those that praise control of population. Everybody's been there and I don't need no vacation. Firstborn unicorn,
Well, Los Angeles issued a curfew in parts of the city as protests continue against ICE. It comes after President Trump deployed more than 4,000 National Guard troops and 700 Marines. There are now more U.S. troops in L.A. than Iraq and Syria. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth says their mission will go on for the next 60 days, costing American taxpayers about $134 million. ABC's Perry Russum joins us now with the latest from Washington.
Good morning. Again, these protests are happening in a condensed part of Los Angeles. We are seeing demonstrations pop up in other parts of the country. Now Texas will be deploying their own National Guard. This morning, a new curfew in parts of downtown Los Angeles as the protests against ICE stretch into another day. Police on horseback called in, breaking up crowds. California Governor Gavin Newsom says more than 220 people have been arrested so far, with investigators reviewing video to build more cases.
The situation was winding down and was concentrated in just a few square blocks downtown. But that's not what Donald Trump wanted. He again chose escalation. He chose more force. Other states are next.
President Trump deploying more than 4,000 National Guard troops and 700 Marines to Los Angeles, where there are now more active troops than in Iraq and Syria. Their role in dispersing crowds has been minimal. Trump warning the use of the military could be seen in other cities.
This is the first, perhaps, of many, or perhaps, if we didn't attack this one very strongly, you'd have them all over the country.
Protests against ICE spreading to other cities from coast to coast. Overnight, Texas Governor Greg Abbott says he will deploy National Guard troops ahead of protests this week. In his words, to ensure peace and order. For now, the National Guard troops and Marines will stay in Los Angeles. California had asked for a temporary restraining order. The judge declined until a full hearing tomorrow. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Anything you need, just take with you.
This is Angela, a mother living in Los Angeles. She's being detained by immigration officers. Her son films as she's about to be taken away.
Ahorita ya te vas a la casa. Ponete el sign que ahorita no vamos. Okay, señora, please. Sí. Vamos.
Stops like this are happening across America in an historic wave of arrests and deportations.
Sí, ya voy agarrando porque se lo voy a... Es que le llevamos dando chance hace tiempo.
This is the front line of President Trump's immigration crackdown. Los Angeles is a self-declared sanctuary city, a supposed safe haven for migrants. Nearly half of its residents are Latino, and the city's economy depends on migration. Now, it's ground zero in one of the largest deportation drives in U.S. history. But across Los Angeles, anger and resistance is mounting. Officers from U.S. Immigration and Customs, also known as ICE, say they're targeting 11 million undocumented immigrants. The plan? To deport 3,000 people a day.
All right, here we are in Los Angeles, California, in the center of downtown, right across from Los Angeles City Hall, and you can see behind me the sheriffs lining up there. They're creating a perimeter, a zone to kettle in protesters, anyone who is against what is happening here in Los Angeles and across the country with this takeover of our country, with this militarization. These are the front line. These are the guys who are violating their oaths of office.
Whoa! Hold on, I might wear these all the time. This makes the world look so much brighter.
We often forgot
This
LA
is my eyesight.
sight. Yeah.
No kings, only poets.
No kings.
As you can see, City Hall is surrounded by sheriffs also. These guys are known gangsters. Most of them have gang tattoos to enforce their white supremacy. LA sheriffs are notorious gangsters. And here they are surrounding City Hall.
You gotta protest.
So what's going on here?
We're trying to find out why Subway's foot-long sandwiches aren't necessarily a foot
What's
long.
going on is that we're pimping out other people's pain for content.
Bing bong.
This country is right now. Our fascist dictator has taken over. We are in the middle of a police state in Los Angeles, and don't you forget it. They will do this again if we let them. Don't let them.
As poets, it's our responsibility to call this out. So we're going deeper in, but we wanted to make sure that you knew what was going on here on the streets in Los Angeles.
Right. So we want to cross here and take a left over there.
Screenshot that.
I just did.
Thank you. I deleted my accident. I also deleted the whole video I just
got
did.
it. I got it.
You never know when the camera's gonna be rolling. 44 degrees of freedom. Oh, there's the fascist.
Walk by it? No way.
How we all doing?
Good.
We all here for the poetry show?
Yeah, is this our truck?
Oh, the bus is in the parking lot off to the side.
Just happens to be another wacky truck.
Yeah, it just happens to be another wacky
we thought
truck.
That was a truck of poets.
I'm
We
Jeremiah.
got very excited. Pamela, nice to meet you.
Pamela, it's nice to meet you.
Vagabond, who are you?
Oh, Jeremiah.
Nice truck.
Jeremiah.
Hi
there. That's Mike.
There's Mark.
Mark, yes. Mark, good to meet you. Oh, keep bringing it. We saw a car that was not painted in cool colors, so we thought that it was part of your caravan.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't
Where is
know.
the caravan?
But we got the bus parked in the lot next door there.
Yeah, that's the best place.
Yeah. I figured we have some type of parking going on around
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
And
yeah.
this is a wonderful space. This is actually my first time in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. Actually, Jeremiah, why don't you get like this? Hey, get her in
Oh, dear.
screen. Yeah.
We're filming already.
So, yeah, we're here in Los Angeles. We just arrived in Los Angeles at the Los Angeles Poverty Department Museum and Archive. We're here with Henrietta, who is our host.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for bringing us here today. Could you tell us a little bit about the space?
Well, yes. So this is the Skid Row History Museum and Archive, which was, is a project of Los Angeles Poverty Department.
Yes.
Because the guy who's sitting there, John Melby, he started LA Poverty Department in 1985.
Wow.
So this is 40 years this year.
40 years. Serving the low-income and homeless community?
Making theater, he started with making theater with the people that live in Skid Row.
Okay.
And we're still doing that. We're still making theater with the people that live in Skid Row.
Wow.
We haven't had a space for 30 years. We only had the space for the last 10 years. Yeah.
And you're doing theater, you're doing arts, you're doing workshops
We're
for
doing
people?
theater, there's a lot of advocating, a lot of engagement with the community, grassroots organizing around these performances. And then workshops. All the performances come out of workshops. So we make performances with the people, with input from the people, for the people and the whole world, because we've traveled a lot with LA Poverty Department as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're getting the world. 40 years is a long time to put in. Now, with everything going on in Los Angeles this week, how is that affecting you here?
Well, it's bizarre because now there's a curfew. Like you guys were going to, we had planned to do it at 7 o'clock.
Yes.
And now there's a curfew at 8 o'clock, so we have to change a lot of the programming, and it's kind of like...
So what happens at 8 o'clock? They just sweep up anyone who's on the street and arrest them?
Well, I don't know. I haven't been here at 8 o'clock because we actually did close, make sure that everybody was safe.
Sure.
We don't want to put
course.
anybody in harm. So, but yeah, allegedly, if you are out demonstrating after 8 o'clock, they can arrest you.
Wow. Yeah, I've heard some horrific reports out there. Like, I just saw something that like a little girl walking home was shot by the police just because she was there. Things like this. It's sounding pretty crazy out there, and a lot of the violence is coming from the government side, from the policing, the military, and all that.
The military, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people who are super cool and peaceful. Tomorrow there's a very big march.
The No Kings March. I've been hearing about that. That's a national
a lot of people
protest.
going there. Yeah. So it's here and in Santa Monica and other places.
Well, I tell you, I'm very happy to be here for our first LA podcast. We're in Pomona, yes, it's not technically Los Angeles. So for our first event, it's here.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know my history, but I'm very involved with homeless activism, locally, anti-poverty work. Was in Los Angeles for about 16 years doing that. So it feels like I'm coming back to my social justice roots performing with you here tonight.
That's nice. Yeah.
Well, Henrietta, thank you for welcoming us. We're going to have the show starting pretty soon, so we got to get ready for that.
I'm going to make some coffee.
Coffee is our lifeblood. We need that. Yes. Oh, no, thank you so much. Well, okay, stay tuned. We're going to be right back with some great performances for you.
All right.
Before I came here, I had never, ever seen anything like Skid Row. This is the elephant graveyard. The elephant graveyard where the elephants come and just lay down and die.
Hey y'all, can I get a dub, man? I'm toe up from the floor up.
You expect me to just get you high? Oh, come on, you got a dub on this 50? Well, damn. How about $5? $1. 50 cents. Can you work with that, huh? Bottle of White House, bro. Here it is.
Who is that motherfucker? Why the fuck is he looking at me like that?
When I face myself in that mirror, set me on my road to recovery. Came downtown, got into a program. I'm a recovery counselor. I work in recovery. My job is like that of a pediatrician at the hospital. It's to bring life into the world. I give birth to babies every day. 55-year-old babies with a head of gray hair.
One day, I was really feeling down, alone and sad. I thought the world had abandoned me. I didn't see a way out. I closed my eyes. Then all of a sudden, the world around me became alive. And to the right of me, the mountains were bright red. And on the other side, they were dark, almost black. I saw squirrels running around like crazy, chasing each other up and down the trees. And there were birds in many different colors. My sister died from drugs. I begged her to quit so many times. I forgave her. In a huge weight come up my chest, down on Skid Row. When you see people come back from all sorts of things we call tragedies. This is not the elephant graveyard. This is actually the altar of the phoenix, where the bird can come and die, and from those ashes, a new birth and a man can occur.
I just see this poem that was written by Mark.
Go for it.
From the store. The book that I just bought.
Oh, that is so cool.
Oh, no, I lost it. But I just read it and I was like, this is the book for this time, the poem for this time. I just don't know how to pronounce the first word. Amazing.
Amazia.
Amazia.
This is a poem
Yeah.
that I wrote for my friends in Morocco because the Amazigh people, this Berber tribe.
Yes.
Yes, you know the Amazigh.
Yeah, but I don't know how to say it in English. So I will-
Amazigh.
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 Amazia.
Yes.
Okay, Amazia.
And we were talking about
Amazia. Amazia. Okay, Amazia. Just returned from Marrakesh. The Red City and all its trading marks and snake chambers, having crossed the vast Atlas Mountains, the traditional Berber lands of the Amazigh people, who've lived in these rocky crevices going back over 6,000 years, to a time without borders and lines in the sand, where the only thought and prayer is that for rain and the bounty of the land, where freedom is defined by the ability to move without inspection and bribes, where you can sit under the stars at night and dream undisturbed, in a time where the only government anyone needed was the community and friendships from which they were born and raised in, unconcerned with global designs and power structures, for the greatest God there ever was has always been the planet under our very feet, with all the possibilities of the universe looking down upon us. I think that's the poem for right now.
Thank you for being here. For those who showed up and for those who did this long trip across the country with us. Very happy to be here at the LA Poverty Department. You've been doing incredible work here for, what is the last 40 years?
Yes.
Serving the community. And right now we know the community is under attack and you guys are needed more now than ever. Most of your peeps are probably over at the demonstrations happening right now, but we're here to share our work with you, and so I'll kick it off. What's happening in Los Angeles right now is absolutely criminal. It's un-American, it's inhumane, it's outright fascist. And we gotta know that this is our time to stand up and do something about it. And I know a lot of the people from here are up there doing that right now. They are being the poem while we're reading poems. But this is also part of what we do to keep our memory alive. Because if we forget what's going on, if we forget our history, then they can just roll right over us. So this I wrote about 10 years ago. It's called The Border Crossed Us. I step into a land where my ancestors planted our family tree over 1,000 years ago. I have known no other sand between my toes, under my feet. This is my only home. One day though, a stranger arrived, sat down at our table, drank our wine, ate our bread, raped our women, burnt our village, then declared me illegal. The color of my skin, the language on my tongue, the God that I chose to believe in, demonized in order to justify their cruelty. The freedom I enjoyed, my right to self-determination, gone. Victim to yet another military occupation. My peace, simply a broken olive branch from the tree they tore down. My home, rubble beneath the tracks of their bulldozers. All I have ever had, all I have ever known, all taken from me. My blood turned into their gold. My heart broken from generations of lies and betrayals. If you cut it, do I not bleed? Crushed beneath the boot of technology by persons with no soul or body to touch, with no heart to feel, eyes blinded by hatred, ears closed to any reason, mouths shut out of fear. Comfortably tucked away in their beds while human beings die in the streets under the batons and artillery shells of a militarized police state. Wrapping oneself in a flag, worse yet, a religion, while making excuses for genocide, sanctioning the murder of children. News actors continue to blame the victims, force-feeding us lies, calling us terrorists because we were born unto the land that they coveted. Who is the real enemy?
The one who believes in something different than you, or the one who uses what you believe in to change who you are? There is no escaping the soul staring back in the mirror. Regardless of the shifting lines on some map, human rights have no borders. Raise your hand who wants to go next.
Wesley Hines.
Wesley Hines wants to go next. All the way from Chicago. All the way from Chi-Town. All right, we're going to bring up Wesley Hines for you. Wesley, you bring up the next poet.
Who is next?
That's my dad.
That's your dad?
Yeah.
You want to go after me?
No, it's not.
I was like,
So yeah, my name's Wesley Hine. It's nice to see you all here. Come a long way. And I met Alex Ragsdale in Chicago at my reading. If you're ever in Chicago, look me up, Gallery Cabaret, and you're all invited. Thanks for backing me up, man. I love this complete improvisation. It's like magic happens. I'm gonna read from, this is my autobiographical novel called Busking Blues, about being a street musician and squatter during the recession. And it starts like this. I have questions. Questions no man can answer and God won't bother. In the still morning, I'm walking down the alley behind 18th Street in Pilsen, the Mexican neighborhood on the near south side. In Chicago, dawn is the only time there are patches of silence. Third shift hasn't gotten home yet, and first shift is just waking up. The only sounds are my own footsteps, and the freight yard clanking in the distance. Now, even the rats are asleep. The occasional breeze stirs a newspaper and wafts the stench of tired old trash cans. The sky is that cool blue tint streaming up from Lake Michigan out east somewhere. Soon, the music of the street will be humming with activity. The sun will thaw people from their sleep. There will be brushes on teeth, spoons ringing in bowls, arms and coats. The white noise of traffic will rise like the tide. Laughing school children, delivery trucks, commuters, crossing guards will click into position. Only later do the hustlers come out, the perpetual street corner spirits, miscellaneous sentries, sometimes menacing figures wandering the pavement at a slower pace, looking like they have nowhere to go because they're already at their destination, somewhere between a borrowed bed and a curb. Today, I am joining them. I've just walked out on my girl. I tell myself, this is the last time. I'm leaving for good. We've been together for 3 years, but that's another story. Right now, I'm on the street. I need a plan. As I walk down 18th Street, common sense clicks in my head like a reflex. I should scramble looking for a better gig. I should stop spending all my time playing guitar and writing songs and poems. I should be concerned about getting my life together. I should be worried about getting a ceiling over my head, about getting my clothes cleaned. I should be scared. But the truth is, I don't give a damn. I skip down the sidewalk between the cracks. My feet are light. My pace picks up. The melody I'm humming is stronger than all these thoughts. A weight has been lifted. Today, anything could happen. As long as I have this guitar, I'm not going to be homeless. I'm a street musician. So,
Yeah.
Boo boo. Shut, tuck, 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 goose. What is up, Los Angeles? My name's Alex Ragsdale. How you guys doing tonight? Happy to be here out on Skid Row. Sorry for the mess out here. I'm not sure if we caused it or not. Gotta go home.
Party over.
Party over, yeah. We gotta go home in a few days. We're really happy we made it to the Pacific. I want to spend a lot longer in California. I love it out here. And normally I wouldn't close out with this poem, but I want to do this tonight. And this is a piece that's for my father. It's called Voyager.
Yeah.
Be fearless in your pursuits of joy, toy not with the life that you were meant to live. Renditions of symphonies that you will compose, suppose that anything could be. Musings of your imagination, creation brought by your wildest thought, wrought by your mortal mesh, confess to yourself your deepest desires. Fires only know how to burn. Yearn to tame that flame. You see, you're the captain of the starship, and I didn't say there weren't going to be any hardships because every vessel that sailed the sea or skies has looked headlong into its demise. Did that stop them? So, Captain, when will you start your enterprise, your adventure? Voyager, be on your way.
Everybody, it's really awesome. I had never been to California until yesterday, so I picked a great time to show up. It's really awesome to be here. Everybody here ever been in love?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone ever go bad and you get a little petty over it? So I was with a woman, and like you usually can't prove love. It's not a tangible thing you can show all the time, but I got proof this time. Because I saw Casablanca with her 40 times, and for those who are young, that's black and white, and it's a daunting process. So I did what any poet would do in this situation. I wrote a poem with 50 references to the movie because I'm petty. So this is called Here's Looking at You, Kid. Of all the beer joints and all the towns and all the world, you walked into mine. Here's looking at you, kid. Here's the walled gardens left to rot. Here's the sigils on the napkins of dirty bars on the Jersey Shore. Here's the cemetery drive, muffled from the wind of an eclipse at 90 mph. Here's to a setting sun on the backs of the wanderers, waiting outside the hotel drunk. Here's the 2-bottle Patron nights. Here's the backseat minutia. Here's the punk rock shows in sheds in the woods of Flemington, New Jersey. Here's the missing work, to misunderstandings, the half-truths, to stumble under sinister moons. Here's to you've never seen me sober before. Here's to everybody in California's got problems. You may be the one to sort yours out. Here's to I may be the only cause that I'm interested in. I never know which lines to cross or which to sniff. Here's to the boardwalk, the arcade, howling in the basements of New Brunswick. Church is in session and the priest just smashed his guitar. Here's to new beginnings and swan songs. Here's to, I've heard your poems. I read you a Bible of circumstance and clever words. Here's to friends and long nights. Here's to we may never have Paris, but we will have the basement. The Eiffel Tower is an obelisk within our pounding hearts. Here's the next time, too. So I'm going to do just a few. Anybody here was a parking lot kid? I feel like when I was growing up, all we did before smartphones was just stand in fucking parking lots. I have friends who are still standing there. It's about that. It's called for the parking lot kids. Don't listen to what they say. You know the ones. The beautiful, the clean-faced, the scornful-eyed yuppies whose parents' blood money bought them a lease on the good life. Their path was never meant for you. Their bridges are made with gold. Their teeth are porcelain. Their homes are warm. They have never met this world as a stranger. But you're still out there in that parking lot, burying your dreams with pictures of disbelief, doing the same shit with the same people like you weren't ever meant to cast a shadow. Living a life that you never agreed to makes you greet death as nothing but a fool. Even grains of sand are lifted by the wind. Even bad seeds can grow in fertile soil. Even the damned can be forgiven. But you'll let another day pass, won't you? Tell yourself you can start tomorrow. Tell yourself that you need a plan. You don't make your appointment with destiny, you just make sure that you show up. The only thing worse than fear is regret. Sitting on the fence your whole life just leaves you sore. There's a whole world beyond this damn parking lot, and hell is already filled with men who have never tried. There's a fire in your belly, so what's stopping you? Thank you.
All the wrinkled clerks at Market Basket who once believed they were gonna run this town or own a home, one day hit the ball and watch it fly over bleachers they will never afford a seat in. In the checkout line, ahead of me in an offspring's tee, the young millennial pays and steps off into a world we were raised knowing we would never conquer. Out there, all the junkies on Manchester Avenue look a lot like men we barely dodged becoming. Out there, outside the shelter, police guard construction machinery scooping tents and sleeping bags and baby photos into a dump truck piloted by someone just doing their job. And the cops and ICE just doing their jobs. When they chased a kid down Lake Ave, tased, tackled, pinned him to asphalt, pressed his head down, and swung, and strip searched him in red and blue mauled dark, and the court reporters, and judge, and bailiff, all people just doing their jobs when the force dispense deemed reasonable. We're just doing our jobs. And I stumble over their lines, stolen, sniffed. I'll admit it, lines stolen to sniff. And I keep waking up believing we can build something better than this. We can build something better than this tinfoil roar, no louder than lighter, dragged across our exist plan, and ha. But I'm a poet, just doing my job. Pointing at the moon. You have to turn your own head. That'll be $15 even. The clerk smiles, hands me a plastic bag, hummus, carrots, bread. I hand her the money and step out the door, marveling at the utility of the word. A lot of big feelings on the walk back here. Make some noise for all the poets who performed before I got here. The street that I walked to get to the immigration detention center was blocked off on the way back. Those people are about to be brutalized. And we're tourists coming in on this place. So for poets, they're the poem.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right. By the way, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
She died 20 years ago. Hadn't done her face for the last decade, at least, of her slow decline. From cocktail dresses to decorative wigs to hospital gowns. Blunt nails chipped and chewed. Her jewelry box now divided in shoe boxes. Her cachet of baubles and gems. My box filled with tangled and outsized butterfly pins. Mock jeweled sparkle of fake diamonds. Surely there's a biological hazard in a 30-year-old stick of lipstick. But I smear it on anyway, because in the mirror, I see her eyes. Even my son's, a hint of the blues. She would blend the thick lines into her heavy, creped lids and draw a faint little bow in her mouth. I imagined her using an iron to straighten her thick red hair, spraying cheap perfume into her cleavage and rubbing the pulse points of her wrists and the lobes behind her ears. Slipping her clumsy feet into high-pinched heels and taking hold of the first promise of a steady hand. When she died, I wanted her to be dressed in a night on the town. In shimmering sheaths and matching handbags, not bleached in hospital whites, her teased red beehive cropped into a pale skull cap. She entered the ground as if tucked into a doll bed, though the funeral day was bitter and wheezing, and the car ride silent on our long ride home.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is P.W. Covington, and it's so great to be here with you tonight. I love that this place exists, and I really dig what you're up to here. This is really cool. I first started going to poetry. Poetry saved my life, man. I tell people sometimes that poetry was a hustle for me. I was living on the streets in the Bay Area, over in the East Bay, and I'd go into these open mics, and sit there and order water, you know, ask for taste of stuff off of other people's plates, and it was a come up for me when the first time one of the other poets said, "Hey, why don't you come over to my place?" And I hung out with her for a while, and got a job, and I stole her car. And absolute truth.
Hell yeah.
So it's kind of a humbling experience for me to be back where the rubber meets the literal road, and where our hearts meet each other. I wrote this while I was living on the streets of Berkeley. Berkeley poem number 8. I live in a world declared dead in a photograph taken in 1965, where dreams and drums and a road map knapsack combine in the poetry and music of being alive. I speak in a strange dialect so rarely heard, unfathomable behind media screams, the truth obscured by the dust of the herd, and black and white fortunes from traded in dreams are clogging our senses for things in between. Yet it is not a country of corpses I see in the coffee shops, bookstores, soup lines and bars. I see tangles and briars of arches and spires, and built from the ashes, constructed from scars. There are stars in the night, burning poetry. 400 octane American schemes, casting bright shadows from soul onto soul, destroying the stalls where freedom is sold. And coast to coast, they're at it tonight. In jail cells and tenements, and down on Skid Row, there's charting the course that we'll all soon follow. Adrift, no longer an unsure, steady keel ambitions, seaworthy and anchored in steel. It's real. The words and the rhythms that flow here today, vital, necessary in every way. As we chip away the laws written in clay, hitchhiking from a million folkways.
Prayer. This is a prayer, though. I am not really. I just write. I write what's inside me. Breathe. A prayer for a new day. Thank you, God, for the gift of this new day, for music that speaks when words fall short, and for friends who show up with light and hands. Bless the one who struggles, who gives sounds to my heart's songs. May they feel how much I appreciate them, not just for the music, but for the kindness they carry. Holy Spirit, walk with me today. Help me to create something new, something honest, something full of grace. Give me eyes to see the beauty of an ordinary day, a heart open to inspiration, courage to try again. No matter what yesterday held, let love flow through every word I write, every prayer I whispered, and every song I carry in my soul. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this chance to begin again. Thank you for the one who walks beside me. Amen?
Amen.
Amen.
I'm not here to fight. I'm here to finish the work. I'm not here to be used. I'm here to stand in love and strength and be strong. I will not be shaken, and I will not lose myself.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have left today. But thank you so much for joining us. And tune in next time because the story isn't over yet. We've got lots more adventure coming to you from Los Angeles as Season 2 wraps up. And make sure to keep your eye out for this because Season 3 is coming up soon too. We're going to be traveling up the coast and into Alaska, if you can see it down here at the bottom of the map. We're going to be traveling up to Alaska also and across Canada to come back to Haverhill for HC Media, a big finale in June. So look for that, and as always, remember to follow your dreams and keep your eye on the horizon. Gonna fight the system to the end. May wind up without a friend. May never get the Mercedes Benz, but I never want that anyway. But they all fail to see is I'm exactly where I wanna be. My food grows right on the trees. Who needs more than that? If they ever brought me up to where China plates replace my cup, I may stick around for the sub, but they're not gonna control my mind. But I'm barefoot and misunderstood. But my life is simple and I'm doing good.